Hey, Flo here, October 14th, 4/16/27. I'm gonna try recording with my phone audio. I don't know if it's working or not. I'll check. Supposedly. Okay, so I found this random patch of boulders as I was going out to a known destination. These are not on my map, so I'm gonna call this one P620, I think. A. And there's quite a big stack back there that I'll explore. Yeah, 620. Or B620. I don't know what I said. B620A. I didn't think to bring my voice recorder, but I've been wanting to start a feature on probably on my YouTube channel to begin with. I don't think I'll live stream these because the reception will be unpredictable. Usually I won't have reception when I'm doing this stuff. So I'll pre-record them, and YouTube's the only place I can do 360 video uploads besides Facebook or something, which I don't do Facebook. Okay, let's call this one B620B. I'm not going to mark every boulder, but just a few of the bigger ones. Not really showing properly on the map, but whatever. Okay. Anyway, since I'm out here recording these anyway, mainly to get 360 photos, but I often talk like this when I'm out here, just in case I decide to save the video, but the audio is crap, so I haven't been uploading them. But I think I'm going to start bringing my voice recorder with me because it gets better audio. And in this case, if my phone works, then I'll use that. But I don't even know if it's recording, so I haven't tested it. Okay, so this area I'll call B620C. So basically, I've been wanting to upload 360 video to my YouTube channel just as a way to share my adventures. But I got kind of discouraged from doing it, mainly because the audio is so terrible with the 360 camera. It's basically unusable. And there's a few other technical challenges. Plus, I don't exactly have compelling content as far as things to talk about. It's more just going outside, exploring, and sharing my adventures, which I guess that's good enough. But I guess I'll call this. I'm gonna go over to that tall thing over there and label that one. I wish I had a grand vision for what this could be, but you got to start somewhere, or not do it at all, which is what I've been doing, basically, not doing it. This is pretty cool here. I don't know how far this ridge of boulders is gonna go. Could go on for a very long distance. I wasn't really planning to explore a huge thing. I don't like the idea of recording on my phone. So I have to hold it and I have no hands to use. So I think I'm going to take a chance. I know the audio is crap on my 360 camera, but I don't even know if this is still recording on my phone anyway. supposedly, but I don't see any sound bars. I can't tell if it's actually picking up or not. Anyway, go end that just because it's annoying. If I post this on YouTube, I'll just explain that the audio is crap and it will get better in the future. Okay. I already forgot what number I'm on. I think this will be P620D or something. Surprised I didn't mark this. Generally, the way I find these kind of features is either on satellite view if I can actually see it, see like a rock or something, I'll mark it. But otherwise, I look at the LiDAR map and the contour map for any irregular patterns, and I mark them, but apparently didn't mark this one. Yeah, so this is P620D, or B, sorry, B620B. Anything that's just like a small boulder like this, I give it a B number. I'm not doing my smile for the picture thing. And then anything that's like a big feature, that's like has contour rings on the map and stuff, I'll give that a P number for peak or whatever. Kind of my basic system. And of course, if it has a name on the map, I'll just give it that name. But most of these things don't show up on any maps. Even the quite large buttes don't even show up much of the time, which is weird. I could actually give these different numbers like P6 or B6, 21, 22, 23, but if they're kind of all in one feature or connected, I typically just do the ABC thing. This is cool though, quite significant. I'll call this B620E, I think. Kind of cool view with the trees and stuff. You can almost see through the horizon, not quite. This is awesome. Glad I stopped. I don't know, to the casual viewer or explorer, I don't know if most people find this interesting. I totally do. Just like you're out in the middle of the forest with kind of basically flat ground, like what you see out to my right or left. And then all of a sudden there's this ridge of boulders. It just makes me want to explore it. That's what I do. I wish I knew more about geology to talk about it or think about what's interesting about it, but I just think it's cool. That's all I've got to say. So this one will be B620F. That tree is kind of cool. This might make a cool 360 photo. So I'm going to try not to cut this that way. Yeah, so the struggle in the past with all these videos I've recorded, which I've uploaded almost none of them, I'm just filling my hard drive, is the sound issue. I can't figure out if I want to talk like I am now or play music or just not talk at all and have the natural sounds shine through. As it is now, the camera I'm using has terrible audio quality, so I can't do that last option. This is huge. Okay, I think this is kind of the end of it. It might continue further down, but this is logically the end for this chunk. It's kind of the grand finale. Big old chunk of boulders here. Almost like a crater under there. Oh, unfortunately, my pants are ripping. This is one of my last pairs. Like all this adventuring and bending down and flexing and climbing up boulders, it's really tough on my pants. Maybe get some heavy duty outdoor pants or something. Thankfully I have a couple layers underneath. So if I have to go in town or something, I won't be showing my underwear. Okay, so let me get up on this highest point here and I'll mark this one as 620F. Let's see here. It's kind of a precarious scenario here. I need a hand is what I need. I think the other side is going to be a little bit safer. It's like a standing on a knife there. It's not the easiest. Okay. That's enough. I think I said 620G. I don't remember what I'm on now. Yeah. It says B620G. I know these, like the stuff I'm saying and the angles and all the stuff is not going to be professional or anything, but I still want to post these. I don't really envision my channel growing to some epic proportion or anything. I kind of, part of it's just to remember my own adventures if I want to remember what a place is like. I can relive it by watching my own videos, if nothing else. I might have a few friends or family that might watch them just to track my adventures. Otherwise, I can't see this kind of content really exploding. There's quite a little cave down there. Not sure if we'll be able to see it. I don't know if any of these would qualify as being called caves per se, but cave would be a large cave for a chipmunk. And you never know. Like if you were to kind of excavate some of these, there could be larger caves underneath. I'm pretty sure all of this is due to volcanic activity, and who knows what kind of hollow areas there are underneath. Pretty cool looking stuff, though. I think it's worth exploring. Looks like there's a little cave over there. Go check that out in a minute. Try to get a picture. Usually when there's ridges like this, it's fun to explore walking on the top, but then coming down on the bottom, there's always interesting things. There's a tiny animal hole of a cave under the rocks, and then there's another one up here. Actually, all sorts of small ones, but I don't want to cave in anybody's home, so I'll try to be careful here. This one's kind of interesting. There's all sorts of holes back there. Tons of chipmunks. Probably mice and other what do you call them? Varmints, I guess. Yeah, I like to explore the top, and then if I have time, it's fun to explore from down below, looking up as well. Usually looking up, well, I shouldn't say usually, but if it's a small boulder like this, not too high, it can be just as interesting or more interesting from below. If it's a really tall one, then usually the view on the top makes it quite interesting. This one's it's actually pretty big by my standards, because I stop and visit really small ones, even just a couple large rocks. I'll stop sometimes. But yeah, I was thinking, oh, there's some barbed wire. How strange. Just a tiny, short little chunk of barbed wire. Why would that be here? It's connecting that tree to those rocks right there. Very weird. Anyway, just recently, like a day or two ago, I thought of a name for what I could call this series of videos. Might call it Take a Peek with Flow, because I'm always exploring like high points. I mean, I explore other things as well, like whatever I see that looks interesting, but like I'll explore lakes or other volcanic features that maybe wouldn't be classified as peaks. But just as a general term for this series, I think I might call it Take a Peek. So if I end up posting this one, this will be first of many, even though I have already recorded a bunch of these and might retroactively upload those at some point. Let's see, how do I want to get through? Tempted to jump straight on that, but it might break because it's pretty rotted out. So let's test this one. I think it'll support me, just barely. This other one should be stronger. Let's do the conservative action and this way. Oh, anyway, I don't expect a big thing to happen as a result of this channel. It's just something I've been wanting to do for the last 3 or 4 years, and I have all this stuff I'm recording, so I just have to figure out what to do with it. But like I said, I need to make it a habit to always bring my voice recorder or some other method of recording audio, because this camera is trash for audio. Of course, I'm tempted to get the latest, greatest camera, but since I don't have a big vision for this content, I should use what I have until it stops working, and then determine if I want to invest in other stuff. So far, they haven't really made a super compelling upgrade, but I'm using a Insta360 One, I think it's One R. No, it's the One R. They have a One RS, and they have the Insta360 X3. Every year they come out with at least one new camera, so if I'm not super impressed, I can just wait. But I'm good with this for now. Unfortunately, YouTube limits the resolution to 4K anyway, and 4K for a 360 all-around image is not super crisp, but it is what it is. Anyway, that's it for this one. I might do another. Actually, you know what? I saw some boulders on the other side of this road. Let me see if they're worth marking before I end the video. since there's kind of a space between these, if I'm going to mark them, I'll probably give them a new number. Yeah, sure, why not? See, even little things like this I usually explore, even though they're not that impressive. So I'll call this B621. Just get a picture here. Looks like it goes for a little ways. Whoa. All right. B621B. And this is probably the end of it for all practical purposes. Call this B621C. Alright, I think that's it. There's a few more rocks, I'll just walk over here, but I don't think these are significant. I could label this one, but yeah, whatever. I guess I will. What number is it on? 621C. Okay, I'll call this 621D. Alright, that's it for today. Well, I mean, not for today, but for this video. I think I'll compartmentalize each little adventure into a separate video, so that way, hopefully, they're not quite as crazy long. Some of them are going to be stupid long, though, because my vision for my 360 content has always been long form. Not just the highlights, but just show the whole thing so I can relive the adventure later. Whether that's interesting to anybody else, no idea. Probably not, but that's just the way that's what I've always seen this content as, is long form. So anyway, I will catch you next time. Thanks for joining me. Clouds are pretty.